something that I just can't understand the way I behave. Some people you can never save. In my right hand, got a girl on my ear, and on my left hand, throwing back a beer. What can I say, amigo?
So, Darwin, you're heading back to your place. There doesn't seem to be any pursuit.
We say drinks
Things are pretty
and
quiet. They send you a text message that everything seems to be okay.
Meeting for drinks.
Meeting for drinks. Where? You can meet at Lafitte's. It's close by.
Okay.
Yeah, what the heck?
You probably haven't gotten home
Serve
yet,
food there?
actually. So they're going to Lafitte's for drinks. Get some purple
I've
drink
never ordered food there.
or a hurricane.
Huh? I don't think
I've only walked in there.
There's
and
food.
Beer before.
Oh,
There's
there is?
food.
Okay.
Yeah. And nice drinks.
I've only gotten drinks there, so I didn't know.
And there's
I've
a
never
piano
been
bar.
there, so.
There's a piano bar, so you can actually go sing, along with the piano player.
All right, so yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, can we check on the ghost to see if it, because I'm wondering if the ghost was still on me.
Yeah.
What time is it?
It is probably around 11 o'clock. Now, you remember that the ghost got restless from 12 to 1.
Right.
Ooh, that'd be a good place to be at midnight.
But,
or a
yeah.
ghost bar.
Right. So you head to Lafitte's, order a few drinks. You meet him there?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
meet him there.
All right. Everything seemed pretty quiet. You kind of wiped the glass off of your hand because it didn't hurt you. It just kind of rolled off. You order a few
I'll bring the
drinks.
Chevy Impala too.
Oh, of course. Find somewhere to park. It takes you a couple minutes to find somewhere to park, and you walk over there. Inside, the place is kind of quiet. There is a piano player. There's about 5-6 people who are singing along with the piano. You find places, kind of near the corner. The circular table where Jean Lafitte appears is conspicuously empty. You could definitely sit there, and it's a large table where all 5 of you could sit.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Right.
Is there enough to leave him a chair open?
Yes.
Okay.
You leave him one in the corner. You sit there. You're kind of hanging around. Singing along. Are you singing?
Well, heck yeah.
Performance checks are all around, please.
Okay. I don't have performance.
It's a piano bar. You don't have to sing well. You just have to sing with gusto.
Yeah.
Performance 0.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow,
you did
I got a
good.
+2.
Oh, you did well. What'd you get? 2? 0?
-1.
Oh, wow.
Now I roll
After
well.
the first song, they kind of ask you to sing quieter. I'm kidding. No, you're having a good time. The piano player's actually pretty good. He plays Sweet Caroline, and everybody, good time never looks good. You're having a good time.
So good.
Yeah, you're.
So good.
And that's
You're
like
that girl.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's girl. Yeah. And
It's
you're having a
like
lot
a
of fun.
meme recently too.
I am that girl, though.
The whole body with all
Yeah. So good. So you're having fun. You're sitting around drinking. Order another round. Midnight rolls around, and the piano player says he's done for the night. It's midnight, and he'll close everything up. Says he had a good time. You can put a tip in his jar. He heads over to the bartender. About 5-10 minutes goes by, and he leaves. You're sitting there at the table, chairs open, and between blinks, you notice all of a sudden there's a guy sitting in the chair that's in the corner. Kind of guy, big beard, wearing older clothes. It's kind of translucent-y, see-through, and he's smoking a cigar.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say, and he's smoking hot. I was like,
No, this guy is not
wow.
smoking hot. He looks kind of smarmy. He looks around the table at all of you and kind of cocks a kind of a snarky smile, and then goes back to smoking his cigar.
How's it going, Captain?
He goes, pretty well. Why are you all sitting at my table?
Just unfold my map and be like, it was the only one big enough for this.
He takes his cigar and puts it out on the map, and the map gets this terrible, nasty burn in it, and he goes, "That's nice."
That's where we need to go.
Sign.
Insider information.
Where did he burn it out? Where did he burn it out on the map?
It's actually in the middle of Lake. It's in the middle of Lake Pontchartrain. You're really not sure you want to go there.
All right, I'll see y'all later. Investigation work.
That's where Della's gonna throw my phone if I call her.
Right. And he goes back to puff on his smoke, and he says, "Well, if you're going to sit at my table, at least buy me a drink."
Boom, drink.
And none of that frozen crap that you've got. And it's actually really good frozen.
It's a virgin pina colada. I am
It's actually
recovering
really
alcoholic.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
All right, get a shot of bourbon.
okay, you go up to the bar, bring him a shot of bourbon, put it in front of him, and he picks it up, looks at it, smells it, shoots it like this, and as soon as the liquid he tips it back, all of a sudden he disappears. Poof. And the shot glass hits the chair, tick, 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 rolls off onto the floor, and you notice the only thing that's left sitting on the table is a cigar, which very gradually kind of just fades out of existence.
Dang it.
Jody, I need a lore
Cool
check.
exit. It's very cool.
I got a 8.
Dang, mama.
While you were sitting there, you had the staff kind of across your knees, and you noticed that up and down the length of the staff, there were these very faint markings that maybe glowed a little bit while he was there.
I thought he was gonna yoink it.
Alright, guys, so I was looking at the Devilman staff.
You can put that on the table if you
And
want.
and there's faint line of something
You guys can
glowing.
see the glowing kind of. It looks like almost like stuff has been scratched into. It looks like words. Yeah, it definitely looks like words.
So I'm gonna open my wizard eye.
All right.
I want to get a drink first.
Hey,
It's not midnight, is it? I
No,
want to do it before. I don't want to be doing
it's
it.
right after midnight.
Right
It's
after
like
midnight.
12, 10, 12,
Oh.
15.
He
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah.
So did he look like perturbed or like?
No, he looked pretty chill, actually, which is not a bad thing. So yeah,
See, I'm wondering.
did we interrupt whatever happens normally?
See, that's what I'm thinking. If we
yeah,
stopped
I'm starting to
whatever
wonder.
stuff was going on.
Yeah, maybe we don't normally do like a ritual at this point to
Yeah.
fuck up all the ghosts.
Okay, so we know what do we know about ghouls? Because I actually only know what I just learned about it.
Yeah.
So does anyone at the table have info on ghouls?
So there's this
I would assume
place.
I would know ghouls.
So pretty
Do I
much
know
all,
what ghouls
pretty
are?
much all I know right now is that they're hard to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like holy
They don't
relics.
like
Yeah.
color else, and they're really fast.
That's about what you know, Jody. Besides the fact
Yeah.
that they can look like humans,
Yeah.
they're intelligent, they're very smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. That's what you know. They're intelligent, they're smart. They're a lot of times used for assassins. There is a ghoul assassin called the Tigressa that is. You hope you don't meet her ever because she's really tough and really
What kind of
strong.
business would they
What we can do is go to Sunnydale High, and there's a librarian there
Yeah,
by the name of Giles.
he can give you a book.
Might be able to help us out.
Yeah,
It's all the way in California.
it's a little bit. You have to buy a plane ticket.
Well,
Jody,
just right on
I
him.
Depends
am,
on
I
what
was- I am
season
the
he's in.
plane.
Because depending on what season he could be in England.
oh, that's right.
That's true.
Jody, are you opening your wizard set?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
you open your
2010, he
site.
is in
I
England.
just told them first so they don't, you know.
Did you have
this-
to hurt yourself to obtain that knowledge?
Wow.
The price I pay.
That's right.
She had to contact our patron. They demand blood for intelligence or
Oh
not
my
intelligence.
god.
All right, Jody,
No,
you
innocent
open your
something.
wizard site. You kind of focus on the staff so you don't see around you in the bar because this bar has been here for a bit of a while, and you're not sure what all you can see. But you focus on the staff. I need you to make a lore check to see if you can figure out what you're doing. Another pretty good roll.
So
Wow.
that's a 7.
The
Nice.
staff has these purple. They're very fine-looking chains that are wrapped around it, and you can see that on top of the staff is what looks like a pair of horns, like bull horns. Now they're not actually there, but you can see them. It's like they're chained to the staff. The other thing you notice is that swirling around this staff, and when you look at it, it actually looks like it has a little spiral pattern that goes up it. And you look at it, and you get this immense sense of age. Not like hundreds of years, but literally like thousands of years old. Okay? And there's runes carved into it. Some of them seem to be... Do you speak any other languages?
I have no idea. That did not come up in my character generation.
Okay.
I would say no. I mean,
You may speak Latin. Oh, you probably speak Latin.
Okay.
Okay, because most of the white... It's a piano bar. You don't have to sing well. You just have to sing with gusto.
Yeah.
0.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow,
you did good.
I got a +2.
Oh, you did well. What'd you get? 2? 0?
-1.
Oh, wow.
Now I roll
After
well.
the first song, they kind of ask you to sing quieter. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, you're having a good time. The piano player's actually pretty good. He plays Sweet Caroline, and everybody's good time never. You're having a good time.
So good.
Yeah, you're.
So good.
And that's
You're
been like
that girl.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And you have a
like
lot
a
of fun.
meme recently too.
I am that girl though.
The whole body with
Yeah, so you're having fun. You're sitting around drinking. Order another round. Midnight rolls around, and the piano player says he's done for the night. It's midnight, and he'll close everything up. Says he had a good time. You can put a tip in his jar. He heads over to the bartender. About 5-10 minutes goes by, and he leaves. You're sitting there at the table. Chairs open, and between blinks, you notice all of a sudden there's a guy sitting in the chair that's in the corner. Kind of guy, big beard, wearing older clothes. It's kind of translucent-y, see-through, and he's smoking a cigar.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say, and he's smoking hot. I was like,
This guy
wow.
is not smoking hot. He looks kind of smarmy. He looks around the table at all of you and kind of cocks a kind of a snarky smile, and then goes back to smoking his cigar.
How's it going, Captain?
He goes, pretty well. Why are you all sitting at my table?
Just unfold my map and be like, it was the only one big enough for this.
He takes his cigar and puts it out on the map, and the map gets this terrible, nasty burn in it, and he goes, "That's nice."
That's where we need to go.
Inside
information.
Where did he burn it out? Where did he burn it out on the map?
It's actually in the middle of Lake. It's in the middle of Lake Pontchartrain. You're really not sure you want to go there.
All right, I'll see y'all later. Investigation work.
That's where Della's gonna throw my phone if I call her.
Right. And he goes back to puffing on his smoke, and he says, "Well, if you're going to sit at my table, at least buy me a drink."
Boom, drink.
And none of that frozen crap that you've got. And it's actually really good frozen crap.
It's a virgin pina colada. I am
It's actually
recovering
really
alcoholic.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
All right, get a shot of bourbon.
okay, you go up to the bar, bring him a shot of bourbon, put it in front of him, and he picks it up, looks at it, smells it, shoots it like this, and as soon as the liquid he tips it back, all of a sudden he disappears. Poof. And the shot glass hits the chair, ding, 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 rolls off onto the floor, and you notice the only thing that's left sitting on the table is a cigar, which very gradually kind of just fades out of existence.
Dang it.
Jody, I need a lore
Cool
check.
exit. It's very cool.
I got a 8.
Dang, mama.
While you were sitting there, you had the staff kind of across your knees, and you noticed that up and down the length of the staff, there were these very faint markings that maybe glowed a little bit while he was there.
I thought he was gonna yoink it.
Alright, guys, so I was looking at the Devilman staff.
You can put that on the table if
And
you
it
want.
was. And there's faint line of something
You guys can
glowing.
see the glowing kind of. It looks like almost like stuff has been scratched into there. It looks like words. Yeah, it definitely looks like words.
So I'm gonna open my wizard eye.
All right.
I want to get a drink first.
Hey,
It's not midnight, is it? I
No,
want to do it before. I don't want to be
No,
doing
it's
it.
right after midnight.
Right
It's
after
like
midnight.
12, 10, 12,
Oh.
15.
He
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah.
So did he look like perturbed or like?
No, he looked pretty chill, actually, which is not a bad thing. So yeah,
See, I'm wondering.
did we interrupt whatever happens normally?
See, that's what I'm thinking. If we
yeah,
stopped
I'm starting to
whatever
wonder.
stuff was going on.
Yeah, maybe we don't normally do like a ritual at this point to fuck up all the ghosts.
Okay, so we know what do we know about ghouls? Because I actually only know what I just learned about it.
Yeah.
So does anyone at the table have info on ghouls?
So there's this
I would assume
place.
I would know ghouls.
So pretty
Do I
much
know
all,
ghouls
pretty
are?
much all I know right now is that they're hard to kill.
Yeah.
They don't like holy
They don't
relics.
like
Yeah.
colors, and they're really fast.
That's about what you know, Jody. Besides the fact
Yeah.
that they can look like humans,
Yeah.
they're intelligent, they're very smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. That's what you know. They're intelligent, they're smart. They're a lot of times used for assassins. There is a ghoul assassin called the Tigressa that is. You hope you don't meet her ever because she's really tough and really
What kind of
strong.
business would they
What we can do is go to Sunnydale High, and there's a librarian there by the name of Giles.
Yeah, he can give you a book.
Might be able to help us out.
Yeah,
It's all the way in California.
it's a little bit. You have to buy a plane ticket.
Well,
Jody,
just ride on
I
the
am,
on
I,
what
was, I am
season
the
he's
plane.
Because depending on what season he's in, he could be in England.
oh, that's right.
That's true.
Jody, are you opening your wizard site?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
you open your
2010,
site.
isn't he?
I just told them first so they don't,
Did you have to hurt yourself to obtain that knowledge?
Wow.
The price I pay.
That's right.
She had to contact our patron. They demand blood for intelligence. Or,
Oh
not
my
intelligence.
god.
All right, Jody,
Knowledge.
you open your wizard site. You kind of focus on the staff so you don't see around you in the bar because this bar has been here for a bit of a while, and you're not sure what all you can see. But you focus on the staff. I need you to make a lore check to see if you can figure out what you're doing. Another pretty good roll.
So
Wow.
that's a 7.
The
Nice.
staff has these purple. They're very fine looking chains that are wrapped around it. And you can see that on top of the staff is what looks like a pair of horns, like bull horns. Now, they're not actually there, but you can see them. It's like they're chained to the staff. The other thing you notice is that swirling around this staff, and when you look at it, it actually looks like it has a little spiral pattern that goes up it. And you look at it, and you get this immense sense of age. Not like hundreds of years, but literally like thousands of years old. Okay? And there's runes carved into it. Some of them seem to be... Do you speak any other languages?
I have no idea. That did not come from my character generation.
Okay.
I would say no. I mean,
You may
did I
speak
learn
Latin.
that
Oh,
in
you would
school?
probably speak Latin.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't have any other languages or anything like that, then probably not. You do notice some of the runes.
Because I'm a relatively new warden.
I have
Right.
a semester
Well, no-
of high school Spanish.
Right. There's no Spanish.
Okay.
You do see some Latin. You think you recognize some older languages than that. Maybe one of them looks like Hebrew.
Could I say, hey, somebody get me a piece of paper and
Yeah,
try to draw
absolutely.
out what I've seen?
There's a
I mean,
map.
even
right there.
though-
Oh man, I'll tear off Lake Pontchartrain and hand it to
All
him.
right. So I'm gonna start doing my best to recreate the characters
Yeah.
as they are.
Jody, I need you to make a discipline check.
Ooh. This is something she's only seen because of her
Yes.
wizard eye.
Yes.
It's a +2.
All right. You take a 3 stress mental hit. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Just because the power that's coming off this thing is really starting to overwhelm your senses. Again, the immense sense of age, like this thing has just been around for literally thousands of years. You can see faces kind of begin to swirl through it. None of them seem to be human. I mean, there's all kinds of different faces, but no, make me another lore check.
Not terrible.
4. Plus 4.
Pretty good.
As you're staring at it, you start copying down the words or the letters and stuff like that as best you can, as quickly as possible. And you're writing down these different words, and it's almost like the words are overlaid on top of each other, just kind of floating above the staff. And you put your hand on it, and all of a sudden you sense this presence, ancient presence. You're pretty sure this person is human. And he's holding the staff, and he's engraving it, and speaking a language you don't understand, and then the vision fades. Do you want to close your sight?
No.
So you don't take another dismal check?
Okay.
Make another dismal check, sweetie.
I'm going to.
Just walks around constantly in
Holy crap.
Oh my God, Della.
What'd you get?
You need to borrow a faith point?
I don't have discipline
A
around
2.
assist. I don't know.
I pass out.
You take another strength 3 mental attack, which means you're gonna have to take your 4th slot. Yeah.
This has been a rough night for
Yeah,
Della.
you're tired.
Hurt, mentally
Not a
drained.
great day.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Exhausted.
close the sight.
No, you didn't. You failed.
Oh god.
You gotta beat the roll, so you gotta roll again.
Oh
Okay.
Okay.
So that's how you can get like stuck in it and really mess
no. I was
up.
about to
Right.
say.
All right, you close your sight, but not before you get the same sense of this person who has engraved it, and that this staff has been passed down through the ages from king to king, from wizard king to wizard king for thousands of
I was
years.
just thinking of
Yeah, this thing is immeasurably old. You also get the distinct feeling it has something to do with summoning magic. So there you go.
I don't think I do.
Have it.
Who?
He didn't seem like a king. I don't know.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he killed a wizard king.
what if it is like. Are you relaying this information to us at all? Or are we waiting?
You definitely notice that she's writing Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you work for the church. You know, I'm
Right,
sure
yeah.
you've seen her.
Yeah,
There's,
See
there's-
how we can
scrolls
read
and
some
whatnot.
of it.
yeah, there's a
then.
lot of different languages
Can
there.
you read Hebrew?
I would probably just recognize, or do you think I took maybe
You
some?
want to give me a fate point?
Yeah.
And say
Oh,
I
it's in
speak a little bit of Hebrew. Sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
You start looking at the Hebrew that she's written down, and it's written really badly. She's not very good at writing Hebrew.
Not very good at writing, and I have a terrible headache.
Yeah, you do. You're reading
My
it,
body hurts.
and
It's not my first language either,
You
so
know what
I can't
helps?
judge. But
most
Yes,
of what
I'm
you
getting
read
some more.
there, you're not sure what it is. Until you get to this one word that you kind of puzzle out, because she's written it really badly, and it's obviously a name. And it says Suleiman.
Suleiman. Does that mean anything to you? I do it very dramatically.
The white hand of Suleiman.
You make a lore
Suleiman.
check?
Suleiman the Magnificent.
Can I? Oh, me?
Yeah, you make a lore check?
Oh, I thought you were
No,
just
she
asking
wouldn't
her.
notice.
Oh no, that's -1.
Yeah, you don't recognize the name.
Can I do a Google check?
I just know that
sure.
it means.
I typed in Suleiman and
yeah.
Do a lore check for me, but you get a +1
Does that
because you're
mean
using your
like
phone.
blessed by God or something like that?
There you go.
plus 2.
That's much better.
Plus 4.
All right, so you type in Suleiman, and it comes up Solomon, the wise,
Okay.
That was one I was.
who was known to have summoned many jinns and afrits and imprisoned them during his time as the leader of the Israelites. So yeah, this seems to have been his staff, which is why you get the attitude of thousands of years of age.
So is this some sort of
So,
like thing that's being passed from person to person? Is
person
it
that
possible
now.
the Devilman that attacked us tonight is not the same Devilman, maybe from the other time?
Or somehow the Devilman got a hold of it.
It was a djinn who rebelled against its master.
Ooh.
That's possible. So,
I don't know.
do we want to keep storing it at your place, or do we want to store it in, say, the church, where they have a very powerful
Threshold.
threshold?
That's a good idea.
So,
I can contact Gabrielle and see if we have
yeah, do they have a place for?
Like
I'm
a
sure they
vault,
do.
maybe?
They have a reliquary.
Oh, yeah.
Reliquary vault.
Yeah,
where they
you
put
get to
stuff like
contact
this.
Gabriel and
Yeah.
tell him what it is.
Not to be confused with a vault.
That's right.
Yes.
Very different.
I will
Very
send Gabrielle a text message.
One has 2 legs.
That only has very few emojis in it.
You send a text to Gabriel. It takes a couple minutes, and he says,
You have the
"Wait,
what?
You have the staff of Solomon." He says, "Where?" And then, "Where are you right now?"
Lafitte's bar.
OMW. Right? Okay.
She emojis bar, lots of alcohol,
Yes.
drinks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Yeah, about 30 minutes goes by, and sure enough, the very nicely dressed gentleman that you guys know, and you've met, you two are the only ones who have not met him. He comes walking in, and he walks up to the bar, orders a glass of something, and then sees you and comes over and sits at the table. He sits in the chair that was reserved for Lafitte, of all things.
Nah, he's gone anyway.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gone
sorry,
anyway.
yeah.
He sits down and he says,
Put away the map.
"Yeah, right."
It's like, you don't need to see that
I'm
again.
rubbing my head.
Oh, you got a headache.
He wouldn't know what the map meant anyway.
right.
No, he saw.
Well,
I totally put it on display for him when we met at the diner. Except now, like, Pontchartrain has been ripped off, and it's covered in Hebrew with a cigarette burn.
Right.
There was all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
This map is staying
Looks
with
at
me
all of
the
you
rest
like you're
of this game.
freaking crazy. Anyway, he says, "You've recovered the staff of Solomon, the wise.
It appears to
Son
be
of-
so.
David?"
That's what it
That's
looks
what
like.
it looks like.
And did you pull staff out, show it to him? He goes,
I didn't know
Show
that's
him the
what it
Hebrew
was.
stuff that you
I,
wrote.
I'm
So the whole Devilman
We
thing
got
that we
this
thought we
from
killed, apparently didn't kill because he showed back up at her place, and we think he was coming after this because he had this, and so.
Oh, and you need to
Boom.
fire Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver. Yeah.
Oliver's not a nice guy. He goes, okay, so, all right.
Does he even
Oliver
know
is
Oliver?
who?
How many drinks
All
have
right,
you
so this is
had?
security guard
So-
at St. Louis. St. Louis, number one.
What did he do?
I think
So
he's
he's been letting somebody in, and they've been doing some kind of rituals. We think because
Which would explain the ghost
Ghost.
things. Gotcha.
They six ghouls on us.
So were your ghosts kind of chill tonight, or were they?
Yeah, they were not okay. Well, they're
chill
more
for-
active than usual, but they were not angry like they were last night.
So we think we interrupted whatever they're doing there, and this security guard Oliver, not that
Right.
bright, was letting his master and the apprentice, which was also a master, a woman and a guy in.
masked
I'll send an email to Deacon Fontainebleau, and we'll see what we can get taken care of with that.
Yeah,
Um,
and there might be a broken window.
Smash wall.
He laughs. And he sits
I'm
in
just
front of
scratching my
him.
head.
So you've shown him the staff, right?
Yeah.
I should, and I'm about to say,
Maybe
and
two.
I apologize for the handwriting, but my head's killing me. So
He looks
I
at
saw
it.
this with my.
He
wizard's
looks at
eye.
it and he goes, "Well, your Hebrew
I tried to
is
write it
terrible."
down as best I could. Sorry.
And then he
I was just copying.
no, and then he looks at the other writing and he goes, "And this is
Even worse.
ancient Sumerian, and this is Greek." He says, "I'm not sure what this is." He says, "The Hebrew says this is the staff of King Solomon, the wise. The other carvings are names. I'm not sure. Cause I can spell them out phonetically, but they're names because they're not words." But he goes, "Yeah, that's Sumerian. I think this might be a form of Swahili. Interesting."
Are these possibly names of people that passed?
Oh, different kings that have had the staff.
Right.
He says, "That's what I'm kind of thinking is to make the staff yours, you must carve your name into it. But ebony is a terribly hard wood. He says, so okay, what did you want me to do with the staff?
Bolt's like,
With lightning, I carved my name into the staff.
Well,
I
we
am
were
Bolt.
keeping it at her house, which triggered an attack.
so we got this from the Devilman.
Right.
And
Wait, there was an attack?
We thought we killed the Devilman, and I took the staff to keep it off the street.
I was told
Sent
you
you
were
a text about
firmly, in the.
I didn't know what those emojis meant. There was a wizard. I don't know.
Yeah, we were
Bull.
Devilman's back. Oh no!
That's good news to know.
Yeah, right?
Thought we killed him.
Yeah, so the Devilman showed up tonight when I was coming to go here, and I was invisible on the porch. My phone, which never works, went off.
This is
Thankfully,
That Devilman's
Miranda
crafty.
showed up and
Who knew we could use
attacked the
spiders?
Devilman, and
They had hooves, yeah.
he took
Opposable
off.
hooves.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want the staff at my home anymore.
Sorry. All right, we're having cloven
I know.
hoof moments.
So,
All right.
I don't want the staff at my home anymore because I think the Devilman is attracted to it. He's
I think you're
wanting
probably
it
right.
back.
Is there any way you can unattract the Devilman to it?
If I carve my name in it, would he not be attracted anymore?
I don't know. I'm not sure. What
That's
it would
a lot.
what it would require you is probably counterspelling the spell that's on it. Now, okay, you can counterspell. It's probably going to be a thaumaturgical thing.
Hey, Darwin!
You guys want to try
You
it?
want to help me with it?
Is that like dispelling like Solomon's staff?
Well, it's unlinking. The Devilman didn't seem to have his name carved into it.
So
It was just wrapped around it with
the
the purple
thing-
chains.
chain was-
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you're thinking that he was tied to it differently
So
than
the
everybody else.
counterspell would
You
just
found a
remove the
loophole or some
chain.
shit.
Theoretically.
Okay.
I'm just imagining, like, instead of it being
So,
carved
maybe
into
I'll
it, it's
select-
just like Sharpie DM on the side.
Devilman was here.
Are you about,
enough.
are you guys about to
Over.
attempt the practitioner's version of jailbreaking?
Yeah.
this?
Yes, we're gonna
Oh.
jailbreak Devilman
Gonna
staff.
try and do it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you put the staff on the table. You probably actually set it on the table. Maybe take something and wedge it standing straight up.
Beer
You
can.
take the beer, and then you take the salt shaker that's on the table and draw a circle around
How
it. Right.
convenient.
How's
Then
the crowd looking?
do what?
They're so drunk. It's
It's
past
Yeah,
that
exactly.
time.
I know.
Really good
Wonder-
time. Okay.
I'll make a distraction at the piano.
They see stuff like
I'll
this
do
all
a
the
whole
time.
thing,
yes.
Right.
They see stuff like
What-
this all
what
the
do you
time.
say?
Oh yeah. If you want to play, I'll sing. Or I'll play you sing.
Okay, alright. Yes.
Clink, clink, clink,
Yes,
clink,
I'll do
clink,
the
clink,
singing part. Yes, that's me.
Huh?
Did we determine
All right.
Let's
you can't
do.
sing?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
This
let's
is why
do
it'd be even better.
Piano Man.
I need you a lore check,
Let's do
Jody.
Piano Man.
Okay.
All night.
You can make one too if you would like. So you know how much.
Oh my gosh.
What
Plus 6.
Lore check. You're looking at the thing to try and figure out how much power you
I
can
think
put in.
inspired by our performance.
Plus 6.
They
Oh,
get
you did
advantage
fall
on the
too.
roll.
Oh, 4. Okay. You're pretty sure that the strength of the spell is a plus 10. So you're gonna need to put 10 power into it. All right. So
We can do bits at a time.
what's your lore at?
My lord. Without the roll,
No, just
the
normal lore.
plus 5.
Plus 5, and yours is a 4, right? You help her, so it's a plus 6. That means you got 4 levels of complexity you've got to make up. If you want to reach into your pouch and pull out, something that might help, I'm going to take one of your fate points. Okay, so that gives you a plus 8. Okay, so he's tagged his pouch of many things.
Yep.
You're going to need to tag another aspect.
I don't have any.
Any other ideas? Maybe an
Can I
aspect
help
that you
with
have?
anything? Because I mean, I don't have any thaumaturgy, but
Yeah, but you'd have. Do you have any weird stuff that you could give them? Is be the question.
weird stuff.
I'll ask Gabriel.
Can,
Do you have any? Do you do anything with thaumaturgy?
No, you just,
Can our performance inspire?
no.
I thought I'd try.
Bar.
Thought we try.
Do you have an
I've
aspect you can tag?
got aspect. I owe you
I mean,
one.
I
I
got
could
like
spend the fate point.
focus items,
just pray.
I mean,
I'll allow it. if you spend a point, give me a fate point. That'll allow you to use one of your focus items to help. Okay.
Isn't my
Yeah,
guide my
he's spending
hand?
fate
Isn't
points.
that
I mean,
basically
exactly. Yeah.
work like-
I was like, I've got a bunch of them. Better start using them.
I think
All
it
right,
works
so
like
you pull out
inspiration
probably
for
your
you guys.
mouthpiece, and it's silver, and so you're thinking, okay, maybe that'll work, and you're like, oh, that's a silver mouthpiece, and so you put it at the thing, and then the candle at 2 other points, and you probably put like maybe some ghost dust at here, and then some mandrake there, and then at the 6th point, because you're doing a 6-pointed star, because it's Jewish, okay, that would make more sense. So you set up everything on the
I have
table.
a ring of divination. Would that do anything?
What does it do?
It just says 5, strength 5, once per session.
Just hearing the word
That's your-
ghost
that's your-
dust made me
Jody,
so
that's your-
sad
that's your listening
cigar just
Oh, never
disappeared.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Because
right.
like the moment he's like,
I don't have
looking at his
anything
left cigar, I was like,
I think that's your listening.
Yeah, probably is.
Okay. So you get everything set up. You kind of focus, take a minute to kind of breathe, and at this point they tell you to quit playing on the piano and stuff like that. Most of the patrons have left the bar. You notice that the bartender is watching you guys very closely. She seems very curious about what you're doing.
Also, my sword
Mm-hmm.
can be a weapon 6 or a fantastic +6 counter spell.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. So we're gonna give you one of those back. We're gonna give you this
Sorry.
I
back.
had too much to drink and forgot.
Yeah. So she takes out her sword and taps it on the staff, and then you set up the circle and you pull the things out of your bag and put it in there. And at this point, you've got to get 10 strength worth of spells going. So you may want to let him take points since you're kind of tired.
Okay.
Let's see. You're going to use your discipline. How much power do you want to put into it this first round to try? You got to get 10 strength. So what do you think you can roll?
And we have as many shots at as we don't have to do it really fast, right?
Right. Well, you can say I'm only going to put 2 points in this
Right,
time,
that's
and
what
2
I'm
the
saying.
next
I
time.
think I'll try 3.
Okay, go for it. All right, make your discipline check then. You've got a couple points you can take. Ooh,
Nice.
So that's a +6 total.
Okay, so you'll still only get 3 because you're trickling it in. Do you want to do it? Well, actually, you're helping him. So, okay. So, do you want to do it again,
sure.
another 3, or do you want to go for
Now,
higher
does
than
me
3?
helping him give any additional?
He gets a +1, so
Okay.
your discipline's 1 higher than normal. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still go 3.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
It might just do 4 for the last one.
Wow.
So
So
that's still
all
fine.
blanks. Okay. So, all right. Last round you're gonna do 4, right?
Yeah, last round we'll do 4.
And you've got a couple aspects you can tag if you do. Ooh, wow, that's
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Nice.
All right. So you're
Glad he
you're
was
kind of
on that
watching it and stuff like that. You begin the incantation and the counter spell, and you touch it with your you're chanting a little bit, focused, and then you say now, and you tap it with your sword, and there's a flash of purple, and you notice that these little tiny horns fall to the ground and then turn into ectoplasm and go. Okay. And that's it. Yeah. Well, that's what ectoplasm sounds like. So,
I like it. No,
Yeah.
it's fitting.
yeah.
So that was just the spell to break the Devilman's hold on it?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys not sure you could counterspell the entire staff. I'm not sure what would be required to break.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, holy shit.
Now you
I
just
don't
need to
No, they're just
carve
getting the Devilman
into
off of
the
this thing. Yeah.
wood.
You're gonna hand it to Gabriel. Reach out, takes the staff, and says, "I will take this to the reliquary at the Catholic Church."
Oh.
Okay. He says, "Good. I will take that there tonight. I'll text Deacon Fontainebleau. He can meet me up there because I think need to get this. Underground.
Do you need an escort?
Yeah, I was gonna
That
say.
sounds perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's all
I have
go.
this
Right.
great car.
Okay. You all pile into the Impala
It
because
might be
it's
a
big
little
enough to fit
cramped with
everybody.
6, but you know.
Yeah, well, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. You should be okay. Gabriel can sit by the
Still
window.
put somebody in the back
Yeah.
part.
You still have your scooter.
You and your
I'm
kid.
sorry, laying across somebody on the back seat. Yeah.
Is it for one?
I'm taking my
okay.
scooter.
No, you're taking.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
25.
I'll give you guys some. And he's like, no.
No.
bye.
I'm going
Is your
home.
character going home now? Probably. Or what?
I'm probably gonna go home at that point. That's
All right. You probably need to refill
He's
your
exhausted.
thing.
It's been a while, 2 nights.
I'm riding along because I just want to make sure.
Hey,
it
Darwin,
gets-
you did good. You did good work tonight, man.
Yeah, good work, Dave.
Good job,
Good
Darwin.
shooting. Good
Thank
shooting.
you,
heading
Darwin.
home.
You saved my
Nice
bacon.
hustling.
Fortunately, nothing happens on the way home.
I was
You
about to say.
roll up to your house,
the party a
lock
little
up your
Shoulda
scooter,
let me
unlock
grab
the
it.
door, go inside. Your house feels nice and cozy and warm now that the cold spots are gone, which is nice. You close everything up. Probably make yourself a sandwich. Maybe I don't know, get a shower and then head to bed. And fortunately, nothing untoward happens. The rest of you ride in the
To your
Impala
sandwich.
with Gabriel to the St. Louis Cathedral.
While we're in the Impala, I'm going to ask for their badges so I can put armor spells on them.
You already
because
did
we
that.
seem to get it.
You already did that.
Okay.
You
I
put an
thought-
armor too.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
I thought it too.
Oh, we
I
had
thought
armor
it
too the
ran.
whole
Write that
time?
down.
I
Well,
forgot.
well,
You
okay.
didn't know. It
You
was
two
a
are the only
secret.
ones who have badges, if you remember. Really.
Oh, we.
Right.
So the only
you
official
two have
deputies.
armor too, right?
Yeah.
So, Miranda, I need
Oh,
yours.
that window felt like butter.
Yeah,
It
right?
just.
Now it only lasts for about a
I
week, so
forgot
she'll
to
have to
ask
renew
Darwin
it each
before he
week.
rode off
Yeah.
on his scooter.
Well,
So,
Darwin doesn't have one.
Right.
Yeah, we're the only ones with
No,
badges.
They're the only
ones
two
with
that
badges,
actually
yeah.
had badges.
Buck
Yeah.
and I are the only ones.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's part of the part that's
okay.
working.
So then you know what?
Yeah.
Then after tonight, I'm making 2 more badges
Right.
and doing that.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
next time you guys will have armor
That's
too
right.
as well.
So yeah, doesn't hurt, and it lasts for a week, and then she has to renew it. So you head to the St. Louis
For a
Cathedral.
week.
You pull up in front of Jackson Square. It's very, very quiet. Everybody's gone home.
I didn't tell you. Okay.
Don't see any,
And then,
which is good.
then-
And so you hop out. Gabriel's got the staff. You're heading towards the St. Louis Cathedral, and you do see a man standing outside the cathedral. You're pretty sure it's Deacon Fontainebleau. He's standing outside. He looks like he's, kind of just pulled on some clothes. He's wearing probably a jogging suit or something like that. Hair's a bit mussed. He was probably in bed. And he sees you coming up, and he says, you've got the staff. We should get that into the reliquary quickly. And then he reaches out, pulls out this huge key, unlocks the door. It's a big wooden door, pushes it inwards. You step into the church. You can immediately feel kind of the power hit you as the threshold goes there. He invites you both in because that way you don't have to leave any of your power behind. Otherwise, you would have to overcome a +8 block every time you want to cast a spell, which means you probably would be spellless.
Yes.
So you didn't have a problem doing that for us? Okay, cool.
You guys just gave him the Staff of Solomon. He figured you guys are okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a pretty heavy dude, right?
Yeah, he figured you guys are all
We
right.
said, we're going to keep that.
Yeah, right. He figured you guys. I mean, this is an ancient relic,
That's true.
and so he figures you're probably on the up and up. He takes you towards the front where the altar is, and behind the altar, and there's a little door kind of behind this curtain. And he pulls the curtain to the side. The door's probably 5 feet tall. You're gonna have to stoop to get in there. And he pulls out another ring of keys, and it's another one of these big old metal iron keys in there. And then he takes another key out, and you realize there's a second keyhole. And then you realize there's another one in the top of the door that was kind of hidden behind one of these little wooden, little flip down things. And he flips it up and does it in there, and the door goes click and pops open. He pushes the door inwards, and there's stairs going down. It's very, very dark. He pulls out his cell phone and turns on the light, which promptly goes tss and goes out.
Oh. I'm sorry. Let me move back a few feet.
Well, you can summon light. That's a cosmetic thing. You don't even have to make a roll for it.
Okay.
How are you going to do it?
Sorry. Let me do this. So I'm going to take
What-
out
what-
my umbrella and just put light on the tip of it.
Okay,
Nice.
right.
Smacks him.
Classic
You-
Gandalf.
Right, so you whoosh, and you hold out your umbrella, and he says, "Oh, thank you." You head down the stairs. The stairs go down for probably about 30 feet, and you realize you're in this concrete basement. Is the best way to put it, with kind of these arched pillars and things like that. It's damp and musty. You do notice that there are several coffins down here. With nameplates and things like that. And he says,
Never been down here.
no, you have never
So this
been
is
down
all
here.
new stuff.
Yeah, he
He's
says, saints of the church, several bishops are interred down here. So just letting you know. This is a holy place. And you can feel that. This is a really good place. You have no clue. Neither do you.
Can you
or
imagine
you,
play
yeah.
like vampires?
Yeah. He walks between several of them, of the coffins, till he gets there's maybe about 60, 70 feet, and he sees there's an iron door. It's kind of rusty because it is damp here. And he, again, reaches into his pocket, pulls out the ring of keys. There's 2 more locks and another one at the top. And he pushes it open. You go inside, and there's this altar. There's a little candle that's hanging from the ceiling that's burning. It's, looks like one of those infinity candles where, they just have a big old tall candle that's kept lit. Mm-hmm. And sitting on this altar are several pictures, and there's a couple of them that have like bones in them. There's what looks like maybe a big glass vial that looks like it maybe has some blood in it. There's some little slivers of wood and some things like that. And he says, these all look like holy relics. Mm-hmm. And he says, let's put this here. And he takes it and he lays it across the altar, moves a few things out of the way so that the staff can be between them. And he says, this should keep it safe.
Good.
Are those like saints parts?
Yeah, bones of saints. Yeah. Bones of St. Louis, the king, the same guy. We've also got, this is the bones of a saint who was killed in service to the Catholic Church as he was a missionary. Those are, we think, pieces of wood from the actual pyre where Joan of Arc was killed. Nothing, impressive like, the True Cross or anything like that. And then he looks at you and you notice there's this little lead box. It looks like it's really heavy and soft. And he says, and that is a box that I don't want to mess with. He says, we have 3 coins of the blackened denarians. And they are kept here where they can't get to them. So
I'd back up.
Yeah, those are nasty, nasty things.
I'm like in heaven right now. I'm like, oh man, Darwin's gonna be so mad he missed out on this.
You really want to pull out your rosary and get. He says, yeah, this is. I was
taking pictures.
Yeah. Well, actually, when you do that, Fontainebleau says, please don't take any pictures. This is a secret place. We've already had to defend it from the Denarians once before. And Gabriel says, well, yeah, I was kind of involved in that. And he says, right, and we will always be in your debt for helping us defend these holy relics from the Denarians. And so Gabriel says, it was my pleasure. Anyway, and so he puts the staff there, kind of ushers you out, locks the door again. You head back up the stairs, and he locks the door again, smooths the curtain back in the way, and you're thinking, this is like a fallout shelter for relics. And so he takes you out the front of the church and says, I really appreciate you finding letting me have the staff so that we can keep it safe. I'm not sure what powers are in the staff, but I certainly don't want it to fall into the wrong hands, as it obviously did with the person who tied the Devilman to it. Maybe this will keep him from showing back up again.
Could the ghoul lady leader have done that?
I don't know if those things are connected, but it's entirely possible.
Possibly.
Hey, by the way, we had before discussed that the cemetery had a threshold.
Yeah.
That might be compromised.
Would you mind checking that out for us tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we kind of got a date with there tomorrow night with this woman and her apprentice and Oliver, probably, maybe.
They cannot wait to see us.
So I talked with her and she's like, "We'll see you tomorrow," and so I assume back at the cemetery because.
Well, I could bring some. I could probably get you some reinforcements in the form of maybe some of the local policemen who could help. We have a few good men on the force who are aware of the situation that we would be able to possibly back you up with.
I mean, I don't want to say no to help. I don't want to put people in harm's way.
No, these guys would know what they were getting into.
Okay,
They've been involved in the supernatural and the world that you're involved in.
These
can
things that we
use
ran
some
across were
connections.
really tough. I would hate if something
Yeah,
happened to these
ghouls
policemen.
and ghouls.
Oh, ghouls.
6 ghouls.
So holy relics are what these gentlemen need.
Yes.
We will be sure to bless their bullets then.
Could I have my sword blessed?
Oh, I can do that. I can try. I'm not sure how the magic of your sword will react with the blessing of God.
Could I have some holy water to pour on
Absolutely.
the sword?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. He says, but perhaps...
Yeah, I'll take a whole cantina.
Yeah.
Can I have some
Super
holy
sober.
fisticuffs?
I could... You could
Holy
pour,
brass knuckles?
You could pour holy water on your fists. He looks at you a little bit odd and says, "If you're interested, I could even.
Well,
You could take communion
gonna say,
tomorrow.
just
If
have to
you're
act with
Catholic,
righteousness and pure of heart, and then
we could be Catholic.
I've got a lot of that.
Yeah. He says, definitely, if you're Catholic, I could offer you communion. Maybe tomorrow evening.
I'll certainly be showing up.
Say it is midnight. Let's say we meet here around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'll see what I can gather for you.
Yeah. Because like I said,
that's good. Honestly, we
I assume that's where we're gonna meet them is at the at the cemetery.
Showdown at the same
But, you know,
cemetery.
He says, yeah, and I will make a few phone calls about some of the New Orleans Special Task Force that is in
we
those.
can honestly use some connects with the police that know about what's
Yeah,
going
that
on
would be
locally in
actually
the night.
yeah,
true.
that'd be
It
Well,
would,
I guess
it
we
would
can
help in my
some badge numbers.
investigations.
yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
You begin heading back. You drop everybody off at their various and sundry places. You head back to your.
Do you
your-
want to do a sleepover at your house so I can threshold up your house just tonight, just in case?
Oh,
All
that
right.
sounds good. And
Okay.
I'm gonna get a few more Tootsie Rolls from her. Sugar is helping the headache.
Yeah. Yeah. Now remember, once the scene is over, all of those stress boxes go away.
Oh, is
so,
the scene
and, yeah.
over?
How long until my bandaging from last scene
It's gone.
goes away?
It's gone.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's gone. You're cleaned up. I don't think anybody else took any consequences, did they? Okay.
Oh, they sound.
Volt, you get back to your warehouse. You go up the stairs, open the door, and immediately your eyes are drawn to a piece of paper that's on the floor. Right under, look like it's slid underneath your door.
Yes. So
I'm
many
gonna
friends.
scope the area first and see if there's anybody hiding in the shadows.
Well, you're in your little loft bedroom, which I assume
Yeah.
you had locked up and stuff like
yeah,
that. Yeah, okay.
I just want to make
Yeah.
sure there's
Make an
nobody-
alertness check real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
yeah, I got it.
+4.
Yeah, you think everything looks pretty okay.
Scan
Doesn't look
the
like anything's
perimeter.
broken in. Yeah, you're kind of looking down in the warehouse because there's a glass window you can look down. No, it's dark, but you can flip the lights on and look around and you don't see anybody. But yeah, it's an envelope.
Okay.
It's actually kind of a nice envelope, actually.
Close the door.
Yeah.
Lock it,
Yeah.
and then I guess I'll cut it up.
One fingernail.
I'll say one fingernail.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay, all right. I wasn't sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
You cut it open. On the front, it says Volt in this very kind of nice spirally handwriting, very pretty. You open it up, and there's feels like linen paper, really nice paper. You pull it out, and it says "Lunch is on me."
Oh god damn it.
Hotel Provincial, Anastasia.
Yeah.
Noon.
Hey, he's got 2 dates tomorrow.
Yeah. Noon. Right.
Yeah. Both might end in death.
Oh
Yeah.
Maybe me. I don't
So
know.
yeah, Hotel Provincial, noon, tomorrow, Anastasia. Anastasia
Noon is better than midnight.
Malvora?
Not that I'm there.
Yeah, Anastasia Malvora.
no! Hotel Proven.
Today on the Dresden Download, we'll talk about the ghosts of New Orleans. Now, New Orleans has a lot of ghost stories around it, but the prominent ones that we're using in our story are one, the ghost of Jean Lafitte, La Laurie Mansion, and then also the ghost in Muriel's. Now, these are actual ghost stories from New Orleans, but we've kind of adjusted them a little bit to fit our storyline. Muriel's is a restaurant on Jackson Square, and supposedly there is a ghost named Antoine who died in the restaurant. He hung himself after he lost the building in a card game, and so now he haunts it. If you go to the actual restaurant in New Orleans, there's actually a table where they set out a glass of wine for him every day, and you can even pay to have a dinner at Antoine's table. Kind of an interesting story.
LaLaurie Mansion is actually a very spooky mansion. It was the home of a Dr. LaLaurie who experimented on the slaves at the time and treated them terribly. Eventually, when he was found out, he escaped. He and his wife escaped. And they think they turned up in Paris several years later, but they were never caught and brought to justice. Actually, interesting thing about LaLaurie Mansion, it was owned by Nicolas Cage at one point, who felt like the mansion had cursed him, and so he bought a burial plot in the St. Louis No. 1 cemetery to help remove the curse from him. If you've seen any of his movies, well, he may not be far off from being correct. The last ghost that we've talked about is Jean Lafitte, and there is a bar called Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop that supposedly is haunted by the ghost of Jean Lafitte, and he appears at one of the corner tables smoking a cigar. True or not, they're good stories, and they figure prominently into our Dresden Files episodes.